I do get the feeling that Howie wants to improve at running back, but I don't necessarily think it has much to do with Miles Sanders. I think it has more to do with Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott.
We got Mac and Mac here, Jody McDonald, John McMullen, talking about a 7-0 football team. This is almost getting monotonous. Once again, the only team in the National Football League that hasn't lost a game this year is the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's been since week 3. We're now at week 8. And the Eagles are the only undefeated team in the National Football League. Another outstanding win yesterday against the Steelers, 35-13, and it truly wasn't that close. It was a dominating effort that they grabbed an early lead and just kept widening it. We could go through it quarter by quarter, possession by possession, play by play, John. And you can pick out the areas where they might have been able to do something slightly better. But this, for me, was their most complete game. Opening deferral to the final gun.
Hey, by the way, Jody, I was watching the replay of one game last night, and one of the announcers, and I apologize for forgetting which one, but they gave it the stats of the coin toss. I thought you'd be interested in this. League wide, 92% of the time this year, people are deferring.
Defer. Analytics again rule the world, which go ahead. You can go down that road. I'll choose not to. I'll keep it.
I'm with you. I think it should be more situational.
Exactly.
Typically, I'm going to defer way more, especially if I'm a good team. I'm going to defer way more than I don't. But I think it's always situational. For a bad team, I'm going to start thinking about, not deferring. I want to take control. I want to play from the lead. Hopefully, if you have confidence in your scripting ability, your openers. For a bad team, I think they should think about it more. Good team, 92% probably.
Right.
But every once in a while, like Buffalo, Kansas City. If I'm playing those two teams and I win the toss, I'm taking the football. I want to shorten the game. I want to give Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen the least amount opportunity to have the football in their hands. I think it makes sense.
And you could probably look this up. Maybe you know it off the top of your head. Nick Sirianni coached 17 games last year, or 18 counting the playoff game, and 7 games this year. So that's 25 games. Let's say he's won the coin toss half, 12 or 13.
They win a lot. They win a lot of.
So you want to say more than half? So
I don't have the numbers, but
16 or 17.
I'm telling you, every week
he's 16-0. Has he ever won the toss and said, "Yeah, give us the ball"? I don't think so. I think he is just an analytical wonk when it comes to that. The numbers say you must, not should. You must defer and give the other team the ball first, and I think that's just wrong.
I do not think. I believe there's one time where he took the football, but I'm not positive.
Can you please look that up for me?
I'll
give Sirianni credit if that's the case. I think he's
and that's just off the top. Yeah, I mean, I could be completely wrong. I believe I remember one time. I don't even know where to look that up, but I'll try to look it up. I don't, but one thing you said, I do not think is true. He is not an analytical wonk.
No, I'm talking about this one thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about on kickoffs. I'm not making a general statement about the way he coaches his football team. I just believe that's the case about the kickoff.
Yeah, he definitely wants to defer. And more than analytics, I think it has to do with deference to Bill Belichick, because he's the guy who gets the credit of, you got it. Like he was the first to come up with it. Hey, if you sandwich the first half and the second half with scores, you're probably going to win. And that's the goal of every team when they're deferring. They want to score at the end of the first half, and they want to take the football and score at the beginning of the second half. And if you do that, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. So I get it, but I do think there is more avenues to think about other things at times. And the rest of the league is kind of defaulting to, all right, we won the toss, let's defer.
Another guy I want to give props to did so for Goddard last segment when we had Moshe on. Yeah, Miles had an under the radar good game yesterday, and I'll give credit number one to the play calling, number two to the blocking because there are some big holes. But it all starts with Miles and his abilities and capabilities, hitting the hole, going upfield immediately, not doing any dancing, driving when he gets to the point of contact to make sure he gets the extra yard or two. He had a damn good game. I know when A.J. Brown does what he does and makes that unbelievable athletic play the first time, and then the two great Hurts passes, just dropping it in the bucket to him, they're going to grab all the attention. Miles had a damn good game yesterday, J-Mac.
Yeah, well, second half, they didn't run the ball at all in the first half, but they didn't have to. And then all of a sudden, Miles is just a good player. He's not great. I've said it since the start of the season. And we talked about the trade deadline. Everybody's talking about running backs. I do get the feeling that Howie wants to improve at running back, but I don't necessarily think it has much to do with Miles Sanders. I think it has more to do with Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott. He wants two running backs that he can count on, and I don't think he believes he has two. I believe he has one. And, would you like him to be a better receiver? Sure. Would you like him to be a better pass protector? Sure. But when it comes to running the football, he's good. He's a good player. And he's having a good season.
Do you think they need another running back? Or is it
but
overkill? Is it Howie being Howie that it's because it's there, we have to get something done?
If you ask me what could they use most, I would say third safety first. I would say running back probably second, or backup tight end seconds. You could argue. But do they need it? No, probably not. But look, if Miles gets hurt tomorrow, I think they're limited. I don't think Kenny Gainwell has played well this season. I don't think he played well over the summer. I don't think he took the step forward that they were hoping. Now, Boston, every time they put him in there, he seems to produce. But I think he's the kind of guy who, if he has to play over an extended period of time, it's going to start to affect you more and more. So, I think they could use more depth at running back, but I don't think they need it. I don't think they need anything. I don't think they needed Robert Quinn. I said it pretty consistently, who played 20 snaps, by the way, and didn't show me much. I have to watch again, but I don't think they needed him. They were 6-0 before that trade. They're 7-0 before, if they make a trade this week. I don't think they need anything, but if you were to ask me which positions would I like a little bit more depth, running back would be one of those positions.
And sorry, I know I'm going to incur the wrath of my partner here because I'm going to question the defensive coordinator. I question
him all the time.
I would have gotten the two cornerbacks off the field because
I said that. Zach, well, he couldn't, as Mosher pointed out. I was more surprised, even more than Nakobe Dean. I was more surprised that Zach McPherson didn't play at all. I thought, Slay would be out of there. Now, they lost Josiah Scott in the game to an injury, and Josh Jobe was out because he's got a shoulder issue. So somebody had to play. But I would have gotten Slay out of there. Yeah, I'm very surprised Zach McPherson.
Because you put tight end and running back both ahead of backup corner. No, my two biggest, if you have to make a deal, it falls into your lap. It's value and valuations both. Backup safety 1, backup corner 2. Because I'm sorry, I just haven't seen enough of Zach Mack to go, all right, if Bradbury goes down, it'll be a drop-off, but it won't be a death knell because Zach Mack is reasonably capable of playing quarterback. I don't know that.
Fair.
He doesn't
That's
get on
fair.
the field.
That's fair. Yeah, you can add corner in as well, outside corner especially. Yeah, I would have no problem with that. If you ask me who's the best player, uh, Zach McPherson, Kayvon Wallace, uh, Jack Stoll, N'Kobe Dean. I would say who's the best player right now? I would say N'Kobe has the biggest upside, obviously. But who's the
Right.
best player?
We know nothing about N'Kobe Dean. It's been 7 weeks since we even saw him on anything other than special
But
teams.
if you ask me which of those four is the best and most capable of coming in, I would say Zach McPherson. Not that it's great, but I would lean towards Zach McPherson.
Right. And how many snaps has he played from scrimmage this year? Handful?
I would have to look it up. He played a decent amount last year, but I would have to.
Because Slay got hurt the one game.
No,
so he actually
Slay got hurt in 3 games.
Well, one he missed more than he got hurt in the first half, and
he had a couple concussions, and but I'll look it up real quick. Yeah, I mean, like again, I'm agreeing with you, but I would say of those 4 players, because that's what we're talking about, those positions and the top backup, I wouldn't be comfortable with any of them. But he would be the best of the lot, is how I would describe it. He's played 73 this year, which is a little bit more than I expected.
Yeah, it's because of the Slay injuries. Otherwise, JG wouldn't have put him in there either, because he sticks with his starters. We determined that yesterday in a blowout over the Steelers. He's John McMullen. I'm Jody McDonald. We're your Mac Birds 365 guys. Count them, 7-0 Philadelphia Eagles right now. We're talking about trying to emphasize everything that's right about being undefeated at this time. But yeah, from time to time we do throw a question out there, nitpicking type question. We'll do some of that with our next guest, Chris Franklin, NJ.com. Where's Franklin going to be? Inside, outside, the screened-in?
Good question. He's
will
probably
we be able to hear the birds? Will we get the birds in the background, Johnny Mac?
No, he's a little under the weather. It was a little chilly this morning. I'm guessing he's going to be inside with a cup of tea. That's what I'm guessing.
Chris, keep the tea away from McMullen. He's got bad hands.
I might spill that.
He could spill it all over you. You don't want to do that to yourself.
You don't know how. I can't get over it, Jody. It's bothering me.
That is funny. All right, McMullen and McDonald coming back. Chris Franklin up next here on Birds 365.